Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be looking at how to parse data from JSON file into our model. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to basically create a new folder, and this folder is going to have name as data. Okay, now inside this I'm going to create a new empty file, and let's go ahead and rename this as course list.json. Okay, and I have something in the clipboard, so I'll actually copy and paste that, and these are all the data that we have, and this is basically representative of all the courses that DevTechie.com has. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and look at our courses. So we have title, category, so we don't have ID in the course list, right? But we have title, category, duration, and description. Title, category, duration, and description. We also don't have price. So when we are parsing, or when we are asking JSON decoder to parse this, it won't find the price as a mapping now, or ID as a mapping. Now ID is a special case because you're conforming to identifiable protocol, so it'll be satisfied because it'll say that you're using title value, which is a computer property. So I'm fine with this one, but I'm not fine with this one because I don't know how to define this, how to populate this value. Now that's where coding key comes into play. So there is an enum called coding keys, and it is basically a type of string, and it conforms to coding key protocol. Now what we want to do is we want to basically make sure that all of our properties that are represented or that are used by our native type are defined here. So we have title, category, description, and also price. Okay, now price is something that does not exist inside the course list. So what we want to do is we want to create, similar to what we did last time, we want to create a decoder in it. Okay, and we want to basically now create a container. Okay, now this container is going to decode container keyed by everything that is inside this coding keys dot self. Okay, and now we are going to say that whenever you find title, then decode it with container.decode string.self, so it's a string type, and map it to the key title. Okay, look for the key title and map that to the title. So now what you're doing is you're actually mapping your JSON type to your native type, right? So within the Swift. So we're going to do something similar for category. Now category is going to be different because category needs to have category type, and same thing we're going to do for duration and description. Okay, now as you can see that all the properties that are defined inside the JSON have their decoding rules that have been defined here. Okay, and as long as you have these rules defined, your JSON parsing is gonna go just fine. All right, so now you have your course, which is ready to be parsed by JSON decoder. You have the course list data, which actually contains the JSON format list of courses, and we want to parse this into a Swift type. Okay, now for the parsing part, we're going to create a JSON reader. Now JSON reader file is going to basically leverage JSON decoder to parse the data that's sitting in the JSON file and convert it into Swift type. So let's go ahead and create it. So we're going to create a new folder first, and we're going to name this folder utils. Now you can name anything you want. I'm gonna name it just utils, and I'm gonna create a new empty file, and this file is gonna be called JSONReader. Okay, let's start with the import of foundation framework, which has all your foundation classes defined. Then we're gonna create a final class called JSONReader. Now in this class, we are going to create a static function. And the static function is going to be named as load courses from, and this expects a file name to be passed in. So we're going to pass the file name of type like string in the bundle. So whenever your app is compiled, so whenever your app is compiled, it is compiled in a single bundle, and all these folder structure, it actually is flattened out and created into a flat structure, compressed version, which includes all these files. Now, if you want to refer to, let's say, course.list and read it in your program, you want to go into reach out to your main bundle and basically look for that file by the name, and that's what we are doing here. Now what we expect this function to return us back is an array of course. Okay, so now what we want to do is, first thing, we want to make sure that we can get access to the URL. So you gotta say guard let URL bundle.url. So we are saying bundle.url, can you reach that resource, this resource file name, which is defined as file name, which is being passed here with the extension JSON. Okay, if you can, that is great. Let's move forward. Otherwise, print the error failed to locate file, and let's print the file name .json. Okay, and we want to return from here. Okay, file, and this is capital N. There we go. And we want to return basically an empty array. All right, remember that we are expecting course array to be passed in. It can be empty if we are not able to read the file. Now next comes the decoding part. Okay, so we're gonna put this inside do try catch block, because this function, the decoding function, can throw an error. Okay, so we're gonna create do try catch. So we're gonna say, let's first extract the data from the container, and the container is gonna be come from the let's extract data from the URL. So whatever is in the URL, create a binary data type for that, and that is stored inside data. Now this is something that is used by JSON decoder. So let's go ahead and create a decoder called JSON decoder, and we want to basically decode. So let's go ahead and before making the decoding, we are gonna set the date decoding strategy, and we're gonna use something called ISO 8601, which is pretty standard for JSON formats. And we're gonna say the courses, let's try to decode them. And since we know that our JSON is returning an array, we are going to get an array of courses back. So we're gonna say array of courses dot self, extract that from data, and return these courses when you find them. Now if there's any error, then you want to print that error and return an empty array. So we can say fail to decode file name with error. Okay, so we want to basically just print the error out. All right, now we have our decoder ready, we have our source ready, and we have our types ready. Okay, now how can we use this? So let's go ahead and try to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our content view and on appear. So we're going to set the on appear function, and in this function, whenever this view appears or this image appears, we want to basically call our JSON reader and read this course list.file, and whatever is being read, we want to actually print that into the console. So let's go ahead and do just that. So let courses is equal to JSON decoder dot, and because we have created, sorry, not JSON decoder, JSON reader, and because we have created our function as static, we can directly call this function without creating an instance of JSON reader. So we can say load courses from course list. Okay, we don't have to provide extension JSON because that's already defined here, that this file is going to have an extension JSON. It can have, like, any other extension if you like. And now what our JSON reader should do, basically load those courses, convert them into the course format, appropriately map the category, and create an array of courses that should return us back. So let's go ahead and print this, print courses, and see what we get. So I'm going to refresh the preview, and we should be selecting the canvas here, and as you can see that all of our courses are now basically being printed out here, and you can see the type. So it's like DevTechie Courses app dot course is the type, with title, category, and category is mapped to our DevTechie Courses app dot category dot machine learning, which is our category type, and then duration and description. So this is good news, because now you can see that your JSON reader is working fine. It's basically getting that JSON file, and it is converting that file into a Swift type that we're now going to start using inside our views. Okay, so our main portion of extracting data from the JSON file is done, and with that we have reached the end of this video. So let's go ahead and hop on to the next video, where we're going to start creating our views, and we're going to start with our courses home view, so we can show a list of all the courses on the page instead of showing this image right here. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.